The secret ingredient in your favorite hot sauce is ancient. This is every hot sauce explained in 10 minutes, where each bottle tells a story of tradition, flavor, and the science behind your craving for more. The real surprise isn't just the heat. It's what's been hiding in plain sight on your table all along. Jalisco, 1926. Cholula bottles line family tables and market stalls. Their wooden caps and bright labels hint at a recipe older than the factory itself. Named for an ancient city where pyramids outnumber churches, Cholula blends arbol and Pekin chiles with vinegar and a touch of smoke. The result is a sauce that never overpowers, just enough heat to awaken a plate of tacos or fried eggs, but always balanced and always welcoming. Mexican chef Enrique Olvera calls it a harmony, heirloom chiles roasted for flavor, not fire. Its Scoville rating, 1,000 to 3,000 Scoville units, keeps it accessible for nearly everyone, making it a fixture on North American tables. Half a world away, in the 1930s Thai fishing town of Sriracha, a garlicky red sauce appears in noodle shops. The flavor is sweet, sharp, and unmistakably Southeast Asian. Decades later, David Tran, a Vietnamese refugee with $300 and a dream, lands in Los Angeles. He grinds fresh chilies by hand in a Chinatown garage, refusing to advertise or sell out to big distributors. Instead, his Rooster-branded Sriracha spreads by word of mouth, from mom-and-pop shops to pizza chains, until over 20 million bottles ship annually. With jalapeno or Fresno chiles, garlic, sugar, and vinegar, Tran's recipe delivers a sweet, garlicky punch that lingers just above Cholula on the heat scale, at 1,000 to 2,500 Scoville units. Both sauces are pourable, tangy, and made for everyday use, but where Cholula leans smoky and mild, Sriracha brings a gentle burn wrapped in sweetness. Each one redefines what mild heat can achieve, setting the stage for thicker, richer sauces to come. On Guadalajara's bustling streets, thick orange Valentina flows from plastic bottles onto popcorn, fruit, and pizza slices. Unlike the thin, vinegary sauces before it, Valentina clings to snacks with a tangy, almost creamy texture. Valentina brings a bold, rounded heat, never sharp or overwhelming, balanced by vinegar and a secret spice blend. Since the 1950s, this sauce has been a staple at street carts and corner stores, its label promising just enough fire for chips or a splash in a michelada. The Scoville scale ranges from 3 to 5 Scoville units, but the thickness softens the punch, making it a favorite for anyone seeking both flavor and fun. Across the border in Los Angeles, a Mexican-American family launched Tapatio in 1971. Inspired by the flavors of Jalisco, they bottled a zesty red sauce that's thinner than Valentina, but still packs a punch. Pekin chiles, vinegar, and garlic create a bright, everyday heat around 3,000 Scoville units that wakes up fries, ceviche, or scrambled eggs. Tapatio sombrero-wearing mascot became an icon in home kitchens, lunch trucks, and diners across the United States. The bottle's promise? Zest without intimidation. A taste of home for generations, raised on both Mexican tradition and American innovation. Both Valentina and Tapatio signal a new era for hot sauce, a shift from pourable and mild to thick, snack-ready, and proudly bold. On Avery Island, Louisiana, Tabasco takes a different route. In 1868, Edmund McElhenny began fermenting Tabasco peppers with salt, aging the mash in oak barrels for up to 3 years before blending it with vinegar. The result is thin, sharp, and unmistakably acidic, a sauce built on patience, not just freshness. At 2,000 to 5,000 Scoville units, Tabasco hits fast and clean. The heat flashes, then fades, leaving brightness, not sweetness or smoke. Used Sparingly on eggs, seafood, or stews, it became a global standard, proving that a few drops can be enough. On Korean rooftops, rows of clay jars quietly work through the seasons. Inside, gochujang ferments for months, sometimes years, as glutinous rice. Soybeans and gochujang slowly transform under the watchful eye of time. The result is a deep red paste, rich with umami and a measured heat. Never sharp. Always lingering. At 1,000 to 2,500 Scoville units, gochujang's warmth builds. Gradually, woven into bibimbap, stews, and marinades. As Korean chef Cory Lee says, 6 months in the jar builds an umami that lingers beyond the heat. In the Levant and Yemen, the story of heat takes a different path. Mortars pound together fresh green or red chiles, garlic, cilantro, and cumin to make zug or chada, a paste that crackles with herbal sharpness. Here, the heat leaps forward, bright and immediate, ranging from 5 to 15 Scoville units. The freshness of the herbs and the bite of raw garlic give zug its edge, making it the perfect companion to falafel, hummus, or shawarma. In Tunisia's bustling souks, harissa comes together as a blend of ground chiles, garlic, olive oil, and spices like caraway and coriander. Each region tweaks the mix so the heat can stay mellow at 2,000 Scoville units or soar past 20,000 Scoville units. Unlike the slow, savory depth of gochujang or the green sting of zug, harissa layers its flavors, smoky, spicy, and aromatic, ready for couscous, tagines, or a simple sandwich. Across these continents, herbs and spices create pastes that are as much about memory and place as they are about heat. In 1996, Tao Huabi's tiny Guizhou shop filled with the scent of fried chilies, soybeans, and garlic. Truckers lined up for her chili oil, soon known as Lao Gan Ma. Each spoonful crackled with fried bits, delivering savory heat from 2,000 to 5,000 Scoville units. The oil preserved the chiles, letting flavor linger without an overwhelming burn. Sichuan kitchens pursue that same sensation. Chili crisp, now a staple, suspends fried garlic, shallots, and peppercorns in ruby oil. The crunch is as vital as the heat, ranging from 5,000 to 10,000 Scoville units. The oil slows the fire and highlights toasty, numbing notes. Food writer Fuchsia Dunlop describes it as a sauce where texture leads, with fried aromatics adding a gentle mala tingle. In Mexico, salsa macha offers its own twist. From Veracruz to Jalisco, cooks fry arbol or morita chiles with peanuts, sesame, and garlic, blending them into a chunky, nutty oil. The result is a rich, spicy sauce, also from 5,000 to 10,000 Scoville units. Perfect for tacos or seafood. On Anatolian rooftops, red peppers dry in the sun. Crushed and salted, they become biber salkasi, a thick paste with mild heat up to 8,000 Scoville units. Here, sun and salt concentrate sweetness and depth, anchoring stews and maize. Oil, crunch, and sun-dried intensity shape how spices feel. Texture and flavor matter as much as the burn. High in the Andes, farmers tend pepper fields whose history stretches back more than 6,000 years. Archaeologists have uncovered traces of ají cultivation in Peru's Chacama Valley, with microfossils dating back to 6,100 years ago, long before the Inca Empire, before potatoes or corn found their way across continents. Ají peppers, prized for their bright, fruity fire, became a staple of ancient kitchens and remain the backbone of ceviche and grilled meats. Ají is our Incan DNA, says Rosa Barron, a Sacred Valley farmer whose family grows heirloom varieties for modern markets. Centuries later, Portuguese ships sailed from Europe, their holds filled with America's botanical treasures. Among them were bird's-eye chilies, brought from Mozambique. On African soil, these peppers became piri-piri, blended with garlic and lemon. then spooned over chicken, destined for an open flame. The marinade's heat, which can climb to 50,000 Scoville units, carries echoes of both continents. Ancient Andean fire, colonial exchange, and the resilience of cooks who passed down recipes. Word of mouth spread. Spice maps changed forever. The hottest peppers started appearing. The shape. In Indonesia, sambal is way more than one thing. Over 200 kinds exist. Some are just chilies and salt. Others are complex. Think garlic, onions, lime, and shrimp paste. Some are pounded raw for a fresh kick. Others are slow-cooked with fermented seafood. They add umami and depth. The heat can hit 100,000 Scoville units. Sambal isn't just a side. It's a core ingredient. Over rice, noodles, or meat, made to fit the cook and the region. But in the Caribbean, heat gets a new twist. Scotch bonnets, like habaneros, offer sweet, fruity notes first. Then comes the intense, lingering fire.